Hey guys, welcome back. Do you guys have any of these power supplies sitting around your house, maybe on your countertops, maybe on the floor, plugged into your laptop, charging for the next day's work, and you're kind of getting sick of seeing these things lying around? Well, I've got a solution I found on Amazon, and I want to show you it. So let's get into it. Now I want to give you guys a little tour of a cubby area in my kitchen. We've got kind of a bar here for my tea or a coffee bar, and then we've got just this little tiny desk area. And the problem with this area is that we have these power bricks, okay? We've had laptops from my wife, from myself, my daughter, and this is where we set our laptops down. Not myself, because I have an office, but my wife and my daughter, they set their laptops down and they were charging them with these power bricks, okay? These power bricks are 65 watt power bricks, and they're all USB-C. Most modern laptops that you get issued at your work or your school are typically powered and charged via USB-C. Now a MacBook Pro, it has a special charging adapter, which is a little bit different, but essentially it's the same technology. This side is USB-C, and this power brick is 140 watts, all right? And the problem with these things is they clutter up your area. You got the wire that plugs into the wall, and then you got the wire, the USB wire that's, you got to plug into the laptop, and my wife and I were just getting sick of it. And this year, my daughter went to middle school and she got issued a laptop, and now she brings one home. Now my son, he's in elementary school, he doesn't bring a laptop home yet, but he will. So eventually we'll probably have 3 laptops sitting here, and the problem is these bricks. If you want to move your laptop to do some work here, maybe fill out some paperwork, do some bills or whatever, you got to move the laptop, then you got to move the power brick, and that just is a pain. Now you got to set this power brick somewhere, right? And so I was looking out there, I was like, well, what can power these laptops? Well, it's something called power delivery, or PD power, okay? And they make these power supplies that can be directly plugged in the wall that are PD power supplies. So now, this one in particular is made by a company called Anker, A-N-K-E-R, okay? And it's 140 watts. Now this power supply is 65 watts, okay? So this is double. This will power 2 laptops, or charge 2 laptops per se. And on the bottom, it's got 2 USB-C ports for 65 watts each, and then it has a 40 watt for your cell phone below that, and then it has a USB-A. So there's 4 ports on this product. And again, it just plugs directly into the wall wart instead of this long cord that has to plug into the wall directly. And I get multiple charging ports, which is nice. Now, this thing is not cheap, all right? This thing was around $100. I got it like at a 20% off coupon at Amazon. It might still be going on. I'll have to check. But I'll put it in a link in the description below. I do have an affiliates link, so if you guys are interested in this, please click on it. It would support the channel. But the nice thing is now I plug this in, and it's pretty slick. I'll give you guys kind of a quick demo. Now, it shows that there's 0 watts being charged on this unit right now. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my MacBook Pro, and you heard that. Now you see the wattage going up, which is really slick for a $100 product with a nice little LCD here. I think that's pretty cool. And it looks like it's going all the way up to, it's almost getting up to 140 watts. But then it'll die down as long, if I'm not using the laptop and it kind of goes to sleep. But once I hit the screen, as you can see, it kind of goes up back to 140 watts. That's what it takes to power this thing when your screen's on. So if I close the lid, it'll probably simmer down, probably to that 90 area. But it's got some other nice features in it. If you toggle, you can see the temperature for this unit. It says it's, looking pretty cool. It's not overheating or anything, because that's the thing about these power direct units, is that they can get hot. And that's why they don't install these PD power supplies into wall plates, because it's too hot in there and they just haven't figured out a way to keep the temperature down. You'd probably have to have a fan in one of these wall plates if you needed to, an outlet. It looks like it's been running for 513 hours, you know, not too bad. We run it every day with our laptops. And again, it just gives you the status and then it goes to sleep after some time. So I really like it. You know, it just gets rid of these power bricks. These ones, these ones here, I can't stand them sitting around. I like to have a decluttered space because when it gets messy, you're not motivated to go and do the bills or go and, you know, research something or go do something with AI because you've got this clutter laying around. And I've said this in a previous video. When the machine breaks down, we break down. That's how you got to think about your household. You want to keep this machine as efficient as possible. And if you can now clear up all this clutter in your area and be able to work in a more efficient manner, you'll be more successful in life. You'll, you know, make decisions better, have a clearer head, you know, and then you'll be able to make dinner over there because you won't be stressed about all the clutter. You know, we still have clutter here and there. We've got 2 kids. They've always got, you know, papers and sheets and order forms and fundraisers, whatever it may be. But it's just one less thing we got to have lying around. Now, we do keep these power bricks in different rooms, maybe because we don't, they're not on a desk or something like that. But I just think that these little power supplies are really nice. And I'm thinking about maybe even getting a second one because, again, I just like to have simply a single cable, a single USB cable. Now, I've even installed this as well over in my bar area. But this is not PD power. It won't power 140 watts. It'll only power, I think, 6 watts. So you can still charge your phone. I can charge this DJI Osmo 3 over here. I'm charging something right now. You know, I've got this tablet thing I'm experimenting with. But those are good for that. But if you want to charge your laptops, you got to get the PD power supply. So I'll link it in the description below. You know, clean up some clutter around your house, your countertops, whatever. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you guys could, like and subscribe to the channel. Take a look at my previous video. And everyone have a great day. Later.